for 100 Thieves on the backside. We'll see if they can get on him with Millennia, but the dive comes in already from Virtus.pro.
Finzi going in heavy with a slap in America towards the back line, but the bond goes out to match it right back. Sparker here on the high side, just biding time. Gonna look to take that height now and look downward. Height means a lot. It gives you free access to those headshots and more difficult to get taken down. There's the movement, spin to win with a blaster barrage. Trying to get that ult charge already at 50%, but a ton of pocket as Vinny goes down there early.
On the side of Dritro, he's dodging, doesn't want to get connected by anybody that can CC him. Meanwhile, Millennia is able to find one off the map, goes 5, but he's able to come back with some movement, with some tech, able to hop back through. But Delena gonna be brought back into the fight as well. Has that res available, and Terra in the sky with the Galactic Legend forces out that freedom charge.
Freedom charge out again for Finzi, and Daredevil's letting the devil out. The lawyer coming in hot, gonna find one there on Delena. Do I see two? Very low as Saipe takes out Terra now. 2 numbers down, make it 3 as Harvey falls, and Fi just popping off here and walking them to the spawn door.
Yeah, they force out that cocoon from Delena, and this front-to-back style isn't really working out at the moment for 100 Thieves. They're getting pushed back to the spawn. TTK gets staggered, and that's a
crucial battle to win. The res ready here for Delena. TTK with a Psionic will begin this fight. Bond goes out early. There's that Psionic seduction trying to get a few tramps, but nobody is walking in that direction just yet. Delena's bond is gone. Res is available, but very low, as there is so much focus on top of Delena with some really strong movement now. Dropping backwards, keeping the team healthy. Ease available. There's the E coming out for the It's Jeff. Oh, and uses the Karmic Revival as a way to avoid a huge ultimate as TTK's now back in this fight. Good positioning here by Millennia, who still has that It's Jeff available. The retake here from 100 Thieves has looked very clean as Vinny is still holding on with this range, and they will get the point. Bond early on there from the side of Adam Warlock, and here comes the engagement now as Terra is going to be on the lawyer. TTK finds Nevix. Finzi, though, onto Delena, who might have self-res to keep the numbers up on the side of 100 Thieves. Doesn't look like it. Yep, there's that res. A Sparker now takes out Harvey, and again, another big trade once more, still maintaining pressure on the point. 60% is now where it's going to be stalled as VP takes point with ult advantage here from Nevix and Dridro.
Yeah, great peeling of Terra. He goes down to Sparker, and with that, 100 Thieves gave up the point. VP have control, no portal either because they used it earlier, and VP look like they're about to close up on round 1. They do so, and already up in the lead against 100 Thieves. What a map from them.
Yeah, VP doing exactly what they needed to do. Get the point early and hold it as late as possible. If you're able to get it to button to be juking like crazy, that is the strength of Angela. Millennia now going to start up with the It's Jeff, trying to find as much value as we just saw from Dridro, and there is going to be the It's Jeff. It does not seem, oh, it does find a few, potentially relocating now as Millennia does commit with that Sparker in the sky with the Galactic Legend heading towards the backline. Great movement there, but does pretty good, but just not up to the caliber of this team at this moment. Down goes the It's Jeff now from Dridro. Everybody using those cooldowns to buy time. And It's Jeff finds 2 again. A successful ultimate, going to turn around and get the allies out, but will he be able to hold on? Are you kidding me? What a
Sparker, who both have their ultimates.
Portal comes through now, folks. Potentially the final fight here of this first set match of the series. There's some damage from we see Nevix initially starting with the Heaven's Retribution. Some damage goes out. Harvey with some good positioning is going to pop out that invisible boundary to counter up with the Galactic Legend. Galactic Legend now is on the back line from Spark.
The stall overtime picks down Nevix, finds him as well, and with Delena gone, that's a huge ultimate remove. TTK in the back line needs to find something huge.
Yeah, already switching up team comms a little bit too late here. It's going to put your team in a bit of a it's just a tough spot as we see right now. Nevix dealing more damage once more to the front line. Out goes the It's Jeff, trying to look to find a big eat, and it has some potential here. Dridro is going to find no one with a huge set of movement cooldowns there from the Thing. Delena takes out Sparker. TTK on a Dridro. Try to get towards that 90% number. 54% in counting. Terra commits now, heading towards the backline, trying to get some stagger. Saipe goes down as TTK cleans up Vinny, Delena, and Terra. Gonna find 3 more, and 100 Thieves are playing lights out on this retake.
This has been so clean from 100 Thieves. I mean, I don't think I even expected that. That comeback, that playing around the Thing, I think that specifically how 100 Thieves play, their front-to-back style pans out well. When Vinny's on the Thing, he's kind of keeping everybody together towards that point, anchoring it. VP have ultimates left to go, and now this is going to be last fight territory for both teams.
Yeah, and you'll consistently see Vinny turning around and looking towards that back line, ready to dash them to give them that damage reduction. Here's the Let the Devil Out from Fi, who is going to, almost get ulted there, but Saipe with some good movement finds Millennia. A numbers up once more for VP, who do want to end this right now. Still have teleport available if need be. Sparker going to commit here with the Galactic Legend, chasing on a TTK, who tries to get the tackle. Is going to be very low, but does seem to escape at the current moment. Harvey goes down 2. Fall is now Sparker is on an absolute rampage. Vinny on the point with about half HP goes down, and at this point, it is going to be a tough retake if it's even possible. VP take map 1.
Yeah, Terra switches to Doctor Strange, but he's going to realize the portal cooldown is up, and VP take map number 1 in the best out of 3. That is massive. 100 Thieves get to pick the next map, but no matter what happens, VP, if they were to lose it, get that 3rd map pick. And what a map.
Delena is going to be there on that Storm. We've seen this in the group stages as well. It'll damage boost that Punisher to do more damage to the front line. And there is that help right there, boosting that damage just slightly. The whole team is grouping on point, playing around that natural cover. Out goes Bond for the side of VP. Harvey with some great positioning here is going to throw that orb towards the back line to make sure it cuts off LOS so they can't press forward, and keep eyes on their vanguards. And there is the invisible boundary matched right back on the side of Saipei. Terra going to find one on Finzi though.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's just sitting here with a shotgun shib, and right now it's just going to be hard for VP to sustain, especially missing one member of their squad.
Wow, well done by Vinny, who's been mean on Groot. I am Groot, says Vinny, as here comes the Omega Hurricane towards the backline. Sparker in a dangerous spot here, trying to deal enough damage, but it is going to be the combination with Jeff. Jeff NATO is going to sweep through and find a 2-piece, but here comes a res.
They're born again by Sparker, like you mentioned, and now coming back into it. It's going to be in that last stand. Terra finds 2. Can he find more? Everybody's res, but it's into so much damage from Terra.
Got to keep it flowing here with the final judgment. Out goes the Eye of Agamotto to help some.
Delena goes down. Sparker could build potentially another Karmic Revival, but Saipei falling. Sparker goes down. Is that Cocoon even going to be popped? It's Terra basically playing our new game mode, the Undead 5v5 PvE. At the moment, you have to toss out the Strangling Prison because they are a horde of zombies. Millennia goes into Swallow, but that might have messed up. They could have found eliminations. The stall kill still comes through from VP. With a minute and 20 seconds left, could Sparker build it? No. Finally, 100 Thieves clean up, but
Prison on the res is going to be potentially a big play. Match right back by the Bond. The whole team is walked backwards and everyone goes down as VP cleans up.
Well, you know who that was saved by as that Eye of Agamotto gets wasted from 100 Thieves? It was Saipei. Saipei with the invisible shield blocked the Groot ultimate, the Strangling Prison.
Yeah, and again, I'm not sure how good that Eye of Agamotto was there. A little bit of a panic eye in my opinion, as it just did not get much value after the whole team falls. Here comes that dance. Once more the scariest dance here in Marvel Rivals. The Cutterfly is not able to find one, but pulls out cooldown. TTK matches it right back and finds a 2-piece now as 100 Thieves are up in numbers, and there is no res potential here at the current moment as Tridro is about at 76 and counting, but does fall to Vinny with some great target prio. And they're still walking them forward as Terra now is on that Daredevil instead of the Punisher.
Yeah, this is scarier against the Dance of the Butterfly. Saipei trying to live with a soul bond, and
it is going to be done, moving away from the spawn door, and the touch comes through. 5 seconds on here for 100 Thieves, who need to clutch up right now.
Yeah, they do, and they come back in. Can he let the devil at the right time? Terra has been clutch in these situations before, but he's pushed back by Saipei.
On 5, but once more, it doesn't matter when the team comes right back into the fight.
Yeah, Saipei with our Sparker with the Dance of the Butterflies finds Terra. Can he find more? Vinny goes down, and Sparker punches them out. 100 Thieves can't get any cart space any longer, and they get held at 99.7 meters. But right now, Vinny trying to touch it out. They're coming back for the peel. Can they find Finzi in 5? They do. Nice job from Harvey and crew.
Harvey had 5 finals there on the attack here on Invis, looking very strong here on Invis, who can deal a ton of damage in the right hands. And they're still holding on here as Nevix is just trying to make sure the cooldowns come through, pressing backwards towards the back line now. And the combination, some great coordination, but Delena finds one. Sparker still going to take out Harvey. The res potentially coming through here as Sparker gets a 2-piece.
I mean, Millennia coming back in with the Jeff too. Everybody's going to get res once Delena decides to pop his resurrection. Dritcho, same thing. He popped the cocoon, used that res earlier. Can Delena build it and bring Terra back? Terra's going to have to come back on the Doctor Strange portal. Delena so close, 2% towards that point. Is he even going to save it? They're going to wait and re-engage, it looks like. Back it off for now.
Finzi playing lights out here on cap, but still goes down to Millennia.
As long as Sparker and him are alive, they're able to bring it back. Delena with the res. Is he caught in this Dance of the Butterflies? Connects onto 1, slows them down for now, but everybody's grouped up and take down Sparker.
With some good focus towards Finzi, trying to protect the back line, and that's what you're looking for with this triple strategist composition. Terra gonna find Sparker now, and there is only 56 seconds on the clock. 100 Thieves are playing so strong here on this triple strat composition.
You know what? And this is exactly why you can't count 100 Thieves out. You saw that they only made it to the streets phase, but now they've leveled up with 45 seconds left to go. They could potentially stop VP here and send it to a map 3. Finzi can stall it out with the Freedom Charge as well. 100 Thieves still have ults ready to go. Terra could be huge with an Eye of Agamotto.
And there goes that eye. It potentially finds some. Out goes the invisible boundary. The Venn diagram match again as both boundaries are used. Everybody slowed up there inside that. Harvey doing a great job dancing. Up goes TTK with that Meteor M, and down it lands. Not able to get too much value. Deals some damage towards the Venom, but Venom incredibly beefy and very difficult to find a ton of success with. Big Beast right here. Vinny with a nice sweep onto 1. Is there are going to be two. Vinny looking really good in this series right now as Delena finds a pick.
Portal have to come through from Fi to come back and touch him, which it's there. Nevix installed out with the Beast of the Abyss, like you mentioned, but Delena, he sees somebody in the high ground. It's Fi ready to go, but everybody's split now for VP side. They're having to use regen domain already.
And Delena is going to make that switch to the Psylocke like we discussed earlier. Oh, terrifying street draw. Vinny now on a Saipe. Numbers are falling in OT. That is 3-4. And it looks like 100 Thieves are holding. And they will take this map. Make it a 1-1 series, folks.
My goodness, 100 Thieves against Virtus.pro is a matchup I think we you know, coming out of Group B, you're like, okay, this is the 4th seed versus the 1 seed. But Group B was known as the
very diveable. Saipe is going to force out clap early on, or the forced clap from the side of 100 Thieves, who are now dropping back together, and that is exactly what you're looking for. When you're in a dangerous spot, regroup and retake, as we see Terra going very low here, and is going to be playing the Namor, which is something we don't see as frequently. Not getting too much value, but it does force out a cooldown, so it's an even trade there. Dreedro, it looks like a spawn flip at the moment, coming in with a Soul Resurgence early on. Out goes some damage, up we go with TTK with the Meteor M. Does this one land on a Dreedro bang, but the shield comes through. Delena, though, gonna find a pick on a Sparker in the off angle, up in a beautiful position here, ready with this Goddess of Death, and Dreedro, that Delena is not missing at this moment on height.
Delena going back to when he was known as Ant. I mean, phenomenal shots from him. He's putting the team on the back at the current moment as they want more. Can Finzy find the recoup? He does!
Oh, what a huge Meteor M. That's right back there with the horn from Terra. Delena finds two, but Sparker gonna find Delena. The trades are...
I love this out of EP right now. We'll see if they can continue it. I mean, we're getting to the second phase with so little time on the bank. At the moment, Delena's dived on, immediately forced out, goes low.
That is a huge ult, and it does find 2-3, and Sparker sweeps right through here with the Dance of the Butterfly, and they are just gonna push this thing on the streets phase. Thieves, Millennia ready with the It's Jeff. You see Dreedro Soul Resurgence ready, as well as the dance floor from Saipe. There's a lot of answers here to some of these duelist ultimates that'll be coming out shortly.
Yeah, they're playing it slow right now. Here comes the Sonic Seduction from TTK.
Coming right through and sweeping, and it's so difficult to play Cap here into a Bucky that is marking you. Five playing lights out, and this could be the point as they are walking them away. Still on point right now is TTK, but the Dance of the Butterfly is still going to come through from Sparker on a Vinny. Finzy is going to find Millennia, and they are going to get point 2 here in a moment. And if it is this composition in a moment, Delena going to be back on that Warlock starting up here. Heavens is coming in heavy as Angela's thinking about committing, forces out Bond cooldown. The whole team going to press forward here with Vinny with that Freedom Charge. Everybody walking them down, and a great reposition there from VP to retake once more in a moment. Not a lot of value out of these ults at this current state. Nevix going to commit once more on the front line of TTK, and Finzy going to clean up TTK there. So a number down again for 100 Thieves.
And they're trying to stall it out. You can see, we see other teams like Rejected, Marvel kind of do this, force that payload incredibly well, but Delena forced away, doesn't even have that res, and VP gonna slowly but surely force back 100 Thieves, force out Delena's...
Dance floor is out, the team's gotta stay on it though, as Delena was not able to do so. Sparker, just a little bit of a communication error there. Delena is gonna res back, holding that cooldown now. Right.
Yeah, they know to focus him now, Shib. I mean, he's gonna be low back there. No, Vinny goes down to a freeze from Saipe.
A huge freeze followed up from Finzy from downtown, not able to make that work either. Nevix doing a great job, just adding so much pressure onto the back line. A huge eat here from Millennia, but it is all for naught as Millennia goes down. As Fi gets that pick, the numbers are dwindling here, folks, as VP is playing lights out. There's another big opportunity, just farming Qs here. Sparker just insane on this hero, dropping back once more to the team, and that is why you see that band come through on the Psylocke. Everybody wants more retaking, cooldowns being launched. Out goes Soul Resurgence here from Dreedro, keeping the pressure, but a great set of movement here from 100 Thieves to drop back as a unit.
Yeah, this neutral needs to work out for 100 Thieves now, at least get some eliminations out of this dance floor. They dive deep onto Fi, who's cracking impact. Vinny gets left.
Looking for something big here. After cooldowns get used, you see that bubble go through, and that enables you to play a little more aggro with the impact, which we might see in a moment. What a huge pull there, and there's the follow-up. He misses it, but Finzy's still going to take out Vinny, so it still gets value with a huge pull in that moment. Saipe with some good positioning. Terra finding this once more, the Galactic Legend, and Nevix is going to hold on here as the dance floor comes through on point. Got to maintain pressure on point. This could be a huge eat here. Will this land? Waiting for the Meteor M to go through, and there. Will this play come through? One goes down from Nevix. Delena showing up here on the Psylocke today. Fi with some good positioning, almost gets one. TTK is gonna stop them before point 3. Wow, what a battle.
Are you kidding me? First match of the day. This has been a banger, ladies and gentlemen. You are treated to some fantastic Marvel Rivals esports. If you're walking around...
A win, Sparker looking at Delena on the high side angle, and it is gonna work out as Nevix cleans that one up. Vinny now considering the dive, but again, down a number makes it a little more tricky. Really good movement by that triple strategist backline there to stay healthy. As Sparker now going to try to collapse. Nevix is walking them backwards. It's looking dicey, but down goes the It's Jeff, the baby land shark looking for one. TTK going to find Nevix now and put them back in terms of favor of numbers. Off map, Lydia with some parkour is going to take out Fi. And once more, Terra up here now is looking for Sparker. Millennia going to clean up Sparker now, and 100 Thieves are up a number currently, committing everything they have as Nevix goes down. Another fall from Delena. Millennia, but the res comes through with a beautiful res here from Fi. Can they clean it up as they already take this point?
Yeah, they still get that resurrection available as long as Fi's in that cocoon form. Now comes back into this fight. Can they outstand? It doesn't matter because 100 Thieves cap that point. We head to the second phase, the second segment of the map, and Delena finds Fi too. And they're going to keep this up as well towards that objective, towards fastest payload. And they actually have more time, I believe, than VP had on their attack, so a clean maneuver by 100 Thieves. VP eventually collapsing towards the very end. Psylocke, but Sparker tends to remain at the top. A huge ultimate fight coming up now, Shiv. We'll see if 100 Thieves can force anything here.
A whole lot of Qs will be committed from both sides. Out goes the Galactic Legend early, finding Millennia, Finzi, and there's a two-piece from Fi after the fact as Nevix gets 3.
There's going to be so many things in terms of the ultimate from Virtuspro, Saipe. Also, Saipe can connect with the regen domain after this. Sparker comes in. They met by the It's Jeff, who keeps everybody barely healthy.
Wow, and that was a huge...
I mean, Nevix has been so good at anchoring the point. If he goes down, it could be over. But no, the healing is there. He's still somehow alive. Barely gets tracked down by Terra. But in a second, we'll see Finzi back in the fight.
Oh my goodness, as they do, just one by one, drop VP, who are still barely holding on as point 2 is taken by 100 Thieves.
But I can't imagine what these players are feeling right now with $1 million on the line and their chance to go to that upper bracket semifinals.
The best answer here is for Harvey to have a huge fadeable world to counter a few ultimates. Both committing here as Delena finds Fi. Sparker, though, going to find Harvey, who does not bring out that dance floor. Nevix with a two-piece there, who is looking disgusting on the Venom. Saipe on the Vinny.
Ult's built fast in Marvel Rivals, but you have a chance to make them nervous, to go in aggressively and force out more out of VP.
Eye up now, out goes that eye. Not sure it landed on too much. Good commitment from the side of VP, who do answer back. Nevix goes on for the Feast of the Abyss, stays healthy once more. Terra trying to build that out at 81%. The hold here from Saipe, ready with a copy as everybody just playing slowly. They do not want to make or overcommit at this moment as the spin to win comes through with a blaster barrage from Fi.
Yeah, 10 seconds left to go. Everybody's stalling out at the current moment. Galactic Legend will be there after Millennia gets an eat, and here comes the Freedom Charge from Vinny. Everybody's popping their ults on 100 Thieves side.
Sparker walking right back, though, trying to find where Millennia is, who does barely escape there again with some very strong movement. Now another Galactic Legend looking for Harvey. Millennia is going to fall here with some good play. Two-piece as Delena goes down from Saipe. Overtime ticking down. VP, the pros, playing absolutely lights out, and it looks like they will take this series.
What a series to start us off here at DreamHack. Everybody give a round of applause to our pros who just had an incredible best out of 3. VP take it, and the handshakes are surely going to come. EQO looking like a proud coach in the back saying good job to Fi.